Do you need your temperature regulated like a tropical fish? Do you get sleepy and fatigued when the seasons change? Do you find your brain turning into couscous when the seasons change? You might notice I look like hell. That is not necessarily by design. This is how I honestly woke up, but also I don't usually put myself out unless I have an important point to make. And well, I've talked about it before. This is the first video I'm doing about temperature regulation and disability, chronic illness while going through it. It's awful. It's so awful. And if you think you aren't disabled or chronically ill, but you've experienced that, I got some news for you. It's not good. It's not good news. POTS, fibromyalgia, EDS, several chronic illnesses and disabilities have temperature regulation issues. What that means is when a normal person might get slightly chilled at 72 degrees, you find yourself freezing. Or a normal person might find 76 hot. I'm going Fahrenheit here for the internationals. And you're like, I might die. I am sweating and gross. That's the temperature deregulation, regulation, whatever you want to call it. Right now, my skin is hot to the touch. You can kind of see it's discolored. I have not been touching it before doing this. I one of my illnesses makes my skin, like say I do that, my cheek will go redder. But no, this is honestly just how it's been for a week. It's hot. It's burning hot to the touch. I am freezing. I am so cold. It is, I think, 70 degrees outside right now, and I had the window open a touch too long for my cat. You're probably going, okay, well, you're just a crazy cat lady. True. But this has been going on for more than a week. It's not all about that. We went from it being really cold, like a high of 60, to really hot, like 80 as a high. Again, Fahrenheit. It's always Fahrenheit here. I don't know Celsius. I wasn't taught good by the US schools. That should be obvious. And now we're in, I like to call it purgatory, temperature purgatory. It's when the seasons change, and if you're lucky, climate change has stamped this out enough, and or your body's used to it. Not so much for me. Ever since I left the Midwest and I lived tropical Florida, very chill, dry. That was LA. Then like desert climate, Utah, and came back to Iowa, which is just a shithole, frigid shithole. I have never known a moment's peace. The only time my body doesn't like actively repel on me is when I'm in LA. I strongly suspect, due to investigations with my grandmother, that this is about, and I can never say the fucking word, the barometer pressure. You hear like people with arthritis, their joints. Oh yeah, I can tell it's gonna rain. My joints hurt. It's not really that. That's the old wives' tale. It's the barometric pressure, and is often confused with the humidity, and dew point are confused, and dew point seems to also make it worse, more so than humidity straight up. Obviously, a climate like Los Angeles, see, I can't even get words out. You're not dealing with that shit as much. But a Midwestern climate, it fucking hurts. Oh my God. See, this is a big part of my disabled revolution, because you go, well, then just move. Girl, you think I'm living here because I want to live here? I don't want, nobody wants to live here. Maybe the people the land was stolen from, but other than that, no. And even I kind of bet those people don't want to either. It is just not good climate. It's awful. And if I could move anywhere, of course, if we're talking the United States, I had to live in the United States. Los Angeles, it would be. My body is less angry about Los Angeles. I do not have Los Angeles levels of money. Had anything similar climate, basically I cannot afford. So I am trapped here where at least 2 times, if not 4 times a year, my body is just shit until the weather sorts its tits out. Sometimes I'll get lucky with climate change and it'll just go from cold to hot and no in between. I know that's not normal. I know that's not wanted. That's not a good sign for our, our planetary health, but I'm so happy when that happens. When this happens, I got another week of this. Like my fingers have been swollen all fucking month, especially the last few weeks. And my brain is couscous and everything hurts. I even had to break out the cane the other day. And per usual, I'm going, why is this? I've done everything like I normal do. Then I looked at the temperature and I'm like, oh. Because especially one night here, it was like 58 outside. The thermostat was set to 75, but it doesn't always reach up here. We're either 2 degrees colder or hotter, whichever one you don't want. So when it was 75, it was probably 73 up here. It's a poorly built house. So I'm laying in my blankets. They're cotton. They're nice. They breathe. And my grandpa's always, put on a long sleeve shirt. I've done that. Then I get so hot. Like really hot. Crazy hot. I used to wear that long sleeve shirt all the time because my whore mother would have a fit about anything over 71 if it was cold outside, and 70 under 76 if it was hot outside, and it was total hell for me. And so I had that and it helped, but once I got where it was closer regulated, that just is painful for me. I mean, everything's still, I swear to God, this gotten rudder. I haven't done anything. Last night I woke up like in the middle of my sleep time, and however I was sleeping like this with this arm like this, and it fucking hurt like hell. Now I've woken up sometimes to pain like that, but not in a long while. So that's a big old sign that's what's going on. So if you think you're abled and you're having these symptoms, you're not abled. And if you know you're disabled and or chronically ill, bring it in. We all need a hug right now. It's just awful. Just awful. I'm not even kidding. I swear to Christ, they could put me in like one of those, what was that stupid movie? Biodomes. And they control the temperature. I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy because even living in LA, it can get too cold and too hot. But the barometer plus the dew point is much more tolerable. I need somewhere where everything is controlled. And right now I'm basically living outside. That's how well this is controlled. This house is surrounded by concrete. It's a horrible decision. That's another rant. But hopefully in a few weeks, the world will go, oh, it's almost summer. I know technically it was supposed to be spring, but my entire life, I don't ever remember thinking of June as spring, so I don't know. I'm tired. Please make it end.